Howdy, concussion guys. So for some strange reason, lesson number 1 ended up on YouTube, which was great, but lesson number 2 did not. So we're going to start with lesson number 2 again. We're going to redo this one. So hopefully you'll be able to actually see it this time. So in lesson number 1, we talked about quarter notes, right? And a quarter note is a nice, even beat. And we usually have 4 beats in every measure. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's our steady quarter note. If you want to click that with me, go for it. We're going to click this for a little bit. Now in lesson 2, we've got what's called an eighth note. Now if you read at the top on the left side, it says an eighth note looks like a quarter note with a flag added to its stem. So you have a quarter note and what looks like a little flag next to it. Next to that it says 2 or more eighth notes can be joined together as a beam. So if we have a singular eighth note, which you don't in any of these exercises, it's going to look like that one on the left. Just a single note with a flag. That's 1 eighth note. So in this exercise, all of our eighth notes are going to be in pairs. So we'll have 2 eighth notes next to each other. Now, what on earth is an eighth note? We've been clicking quarter notes here for quite a while. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to tap on the downbeat, the number that we've been doing, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to add something in between. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're hearing in the middle now, you're hearing the rim of my drum. That's the and beat. And if you look at that top line, it says 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's how we count 16th notes. Sorry, eighth notes. Eighth notes. Now, if I played them, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, are those faster or slower than these quarter notes? Yeah, they're faster, right? This is a quarter note. Eighth notes. Quarter notes. Eighth notes. They're twice as fast. All right? So we're going to try number 1. Shake it out because we've been clicking a long time. Okay, so if we look at number 1, we have 4 measures of eighth notes. So all we're going to do in each of these measures is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 stop. Okay, we can put an extra downbeat at the end if we'd like. I won't do that just because it's not in your book and there's no way for me to write that in this program. So we want to make sure that we're alternating hands. We will always start our eighth notes with our right hand if they start at the beginning of the measure. Right, left, 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 and so on and so forth, okay? So I'm going to take my trusty metronome here. I usually like to set my metronome to 76. Let's raise it. We'll crank it down a little bit. We'll go to 70. So, 1, 2, 1 and 2, and here we go, and that was 4 measures of eighth notes, or what you have in number 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to put the pad on and see if that dampens it a little bit for you. So it's easier to hear me counting while I play. All right, make sure my switch is directly in front of me. You can say, bad, Mr. Sherwood, for not doing that sooner. Okay, let's stop our metronome for a second. We have in number 2, 2 sets of eighth notes and then 2 quarter notes, right? So if we look at number 2, we'll do this one together. We have 1 and 2 and, correct? And then we've got, at the end, 2 quarter notes, 3, 4. Now, if I count it like this, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, that's not right. Why is that not right? Are you confused? Those quarter notes need to be twice as slow as the eighth notes. So when we play it, we need to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And I whispered the and there so that you would hear that those notes are long, right? Even if I take the and out, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, right? So those quarter notes need to have some space between them. Let's try clicking and counting just the first measure of number 2, right? 1 and 2, and here we go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again and go. And 2 and 3 and 4 and again and go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, let's see if we can play all of number 2. Here we go. 1 and 2 and here we go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and right, left, right, and left, and again, we also want to try to alternate the whole time, not right, left, okay? So now we're starting to get into singular eighth notes. So we're going to scroll up a little bit. Let's look at number 3. Now we have one pair of eighth notes. What beat are those eighth notes on? Are they on beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, or beat 4? 1, 2, 3, or 4. They're at the beginning of the measure, so they're on beat 1. So if we were to click and count this one, we would have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the only and count that I'm clicking on is that first one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. All those other ands were silent. Okay, so let's try to play this one. We're going to try to play it 4 times just like it says. We're going to ignore all of these repeat signs at the end. We're not going to do them for right now. So let's try to play number 3. 1 and 2, 3, 4 is your pattern. Here's our metronome. 1 and 2 and here we go. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and. Okay, makes sense, kind of, sort of. Now if I scroll back up a little bit here, we did number 2 already. We had 1 and 2 and 3, 4. We're going to look at number 4, which is just the opposite of that. Here we have the quarter notes on beats 1 and 2. Our eighth notes are on beats 3 and 4. So if we count this, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and these are the faster notes. Okay, let's try clicking it together. 1 and 2 and click and count. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and again and go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, let's try playing it. All 4 measures. 1 and 2 and here we go. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, that's the right idea. Let's keep going. Let's look at number 5. If we compare it to number 4, we still have those 4 eighth notes in a row, just like we do here, but we've got a quarter note on each side of them. So what beats are the eighth notes on in this one? Are they on beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, or beat 4? What do you think? Yeah, so if you took a minute, we've got quarter note on 1, so we have eighth notes on beat 2 and eighth notes on beat 3. Okay, so if we click and count this, we have 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And if I put the ands in there, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so let's see if we can click and count that together. 2, here we go. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Again and go. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Again and go. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. Let's try playing all 4 measures, okay? This is number 5. 1 and 2, and here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. 1, 2, and 3 and 4. 1, 2, and 3 and That's the right idea. Okay, let's keep going. Here we have just singular sets of eighth notes. We have pairs of eighth notes. So what beat, before I go insane, what beat are the eighth notes on in number 6? Look at it carefully. They're on beat 2, right? We've got beat 1, beat 2, here are our eighth notes, beat 3, and beat 4. So if we click and count this, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Click it with me. 2, here you go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Again, and go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Let's play it. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, and 3, 4. 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 Excellent. Let's look at number 7 now. Right? Number 7, we've moved our eighth notes. This time they're on beat. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. They're on beat 3 this time. So let's click and count it twice. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, and go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Let's play it. All of number 7. 1, and 2, and here we go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. 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 Excellent. Last but not least, we have number 8. What beat are the eighth notes on in number 8? Are they on beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, or beat 4? If you said beat 4, you are correct. So at the end of the measure, we need to make sure that when we play our eighth notes that we're ready for our next beat. We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and it goes right into 1. Okay, let's click and count it. 1, and 2, and here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay? Let's try playing it. All of number 8. Watch out at the end. We don't have a note here, but you can put one there if you'd like. Here's number 8. 1, and 2, and here we go. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Yeah, and you'll notice I like to say where the ands are even if I don't play on them because it helps me play nice and steady, right? So let's look quickly at the combination study. I'm going to move up. I've got 2 minutes exactly to practice this with you. Okay, the combination study, all it is a combination of everything we've just done. So if you look at this measure, oh my goodness, it's the same as number 6. Oh my goodness, this measure, same as number 7, right? So they're just pulling all of these measures that we just practiced and they're putting them all together. These bottom half notes and these quarter notes with the quarter note rest, that's your bass drum part. We're going to ignore that. We're playing only the top part where the stems go up, okay? So I'm going to play through this all the way through. I'm not taking the repeat. Once I get to the end here, this is a half note, remember? 1 and 2, 3, rest. Then we go to 1 here. So pretend there's a little rest after this. Right? We're going to take the top line all the way through the bottom line. If you need to practice this a couple times or practice a couple of measures at a time or one measure and then try to put it together, do whatever works for you, okay? I'll play it for you now and you can either listen or you can play along with me. Here's the combination study. And I'm going to slow us down just a little bit more. I'm going to slow us down to 60. 1 and 2 and here we go. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. And that's your combination study with 20 seconds to spare. Okay, remember, if you have any questions or you need help in any way, shape, or form, please email me. We can set up a Zoom or you can email me your questions, okay? I'm going to have the next couple lessons coming out for you shortly. Good luck. Let me know if you have questions, and I miss you dearly. Bye.